Hi, I'm Deepak, and I'm one of the students of Google Summer Course 2015 for the 52 Degrees North organization. And my project is the SPARQL Endpoint and interoperability of enviroCar data. So this video is part of the final demo, and I've been working on this for about 13 weeks. So let me go ahead and showcase what I've done. So, a brief intro about this project. The final goal of this project is to create a SPARQL endpoint, which is basically I'm going to show now, and it involves a lot of data. So we need two services up and running for this project. One is which I'm going to open right now is called Apache Genofoseki. So let me go ahead and start that up. So as you can see, the server is started of Apache Genofoseki, and we can test that Apache Genofoseki is running by going to the Apache Genofoseki landing page, which is on localhost 3030. The second service we require is MongoDB. So let me open up a MongoDB instance, and just to show it's running, let me open up a MongoDB client. So as we can see, we're connected to MongoDB also, and I've been given a small sample test data to work with. So let me just go ahead and show you the smaller sample data. Well, just had a little spelling mistake over there. Use enviroCar and show collections. So basically, we can see that there are a lot of uh, entities out here, activities, announcements, badges, users, and all different sorts of data, which is actually stored in the database. So if we query for, say, a particular user, you can see that there's a user and his name is tester, and he has a mail ID called tester, and he has many other attributes. So what I have to do is I have to convert this data into RDF, the Resource Description Framework format, and um, then upload it to Apache Genofoseki. So this was primarily a Java project. So the IDE I used is IntelliJ, which is a fantastic IDE, and so I had to work with the base enviroCar server code because a lot of dependencies and classes and packages were imported from the enviroCar server code. So let's just go load that up, and let me just show you the code base for the enviroCar server. So in the enviroCar server, you can see that there are many modules. So the one I worked on was called the ETL module. So this is the module which is basically ETL is an extract, transform, load. So I extracted the data from MongoDB, transformed it into RDF, and loaded it into Apache Genofoseki. So IntelliJ is still loading. So we can go ahead, and how to run the software is this is basically a clone of my fork of the enviroCar. Oops, spelling mistake. Yeah, so we can see that this is basically the a clone of the enviroCar master. So this is my repository, and the master is the actual enviroCar code of the enviroCar organization. So let me just go ahead and run this program. So since it's a Java program with Maven for uh, runtime modules. We can run it using Maven clean install. So we just run a Maven clean install, and we are going to build the whole enviroCar server. So we can see that it's packaging the modules and the POM directories and other things like that. So meanwhile, this is some of the code. We can see that there are the modules which I showed you, and the ETL process has about these many packages and these many source files. And this is the main file that's going to be run while generating the RDF dump files. So you can see that it's saying clone into memory and write into file and all that stuff. So this is still running a few tests in enviroCar server. So once we run these tests, we are supposed to get a jar file. So the target is, so as we can see, it's building a shaded jar, which can be run as a standalone. So as we can see, it's a success. And now all we have to do is just run a jar file. So we can just say java-jar, go inside the ETL module, inside target, where all the output built directories, the executables are there, and just click. There's only one jar file basically, so ETL 1.1.1.jar, and just run this program. So when we run this program, okay, it's run pretty fast. And now what happens is, what I didn't show you is there is a file called config.properties. So this file should be configured before running the enviroCar server. So this is a couple of MongoDB usernames and passwords, which we don't read right now. This is the location of where we're going to get our dump stored. And this is the endpoint URL. So this is the endpoint URL where the data is going to get uploaded. So this is going to work for any GraphStore protocol upload, not just Apache Janafoseki. So let me go ahead and let me create a new data set. So I'll just add a new data set saying enviroCar test1. Let me create the data set, in memory data set, so you can see enviroCar test1 is done. So we're in enviroCar test1, and if we query, you can see that there's nothing here. There's no data available in the table. So let me just modify my config file to say http localhost 3030 slash enviroCar test1. So let me just modify the name, say enviroCar test1 slash data. So slash data is the upload point. So let me just make sure I got the spellings right. Yeah, enviroCar test1 dot slash data. So since I've already built it again, I've already built the sources, so I don't need to run Maven clean install again. So I'm just going to run that jar file again. And once I write the jar file, okay, so we've got another success. So we've got some triples being added, as we can see. So let's go ahead and run Apache Janafoseki. Oh, and we can see that there's a few data. So there's already an existing query out here. So subject, predicate, and object. So this is basically a select star version in SPARQL. So you can see that there's a lot of data inside. So just let us query that user that we'd seen earlier. So his name was user and his name was tester, right? So if we query this, we can see that we get the same attributes as the one in MongoDB. He has a name called tester, and basically he has a nickname which is tester. He has a mail ID called tester@test.com. So this is basically the same format in RDF. So basically this can help a lot in OpenLink data, can help in providing very cool features like getting traffic estimates and pollution estimates by linking this data with other data sources like OpenStreetMaps and other such. And currently there is development going on linking these data sets towards all these other data sets. So this is the core for building all these data. So when this uh, data is made live, hosted onto a server, then this can be accessible to everybody. So everybody has access to the data and they can perform analytics and all that stuff. So if I just click on info, you can see that all these ports are available. And since if we deploy it on a server, they're running it on an internet, we'll need some sort of security before we can deploy it on the actual server. So that's about it. That's what my demo does. And this is basically a creation of the SPARQL endpoint. If you want, I can just show you another. Suppose I create another data set. Right, so suppose I add another data set saying test2, and I create the data set, and we hook into test2. So let me find out test2. Alright, test2 is here, and now let's query for something, and we can see again that there's nothing there. So let's open up another terminal and just move inside the repository, and we can just go to the config.properties, and now instead of enviroCar final test1.data, I'm just going to write test2.data. So it's just pointing to this data set. So we should get a ETL / target / ETL some other one. So we should get the same data on the dataset test2. So once we run this jar file, you can see that it's running again and it's a success again. So let's just check out if that's worked. Let me run this query again, and yes, we can see that all the data has been uploaded. And if we again select all the data, we can see that all the data has come, and there are many entities. So this is the demo of the SPARQL Endpoint project of the enviroCar project. Thanks all for watching. I had a lot of fun doing this project. Thanks, and bye-bye.